Planet Earth. It's your boy Rod SideQuest back with another video. So I want to talk to you guys about rope flow versus hot yoga. These are the two exercises I've done in my life that are the most beneficial, time efficient, works your entire body while also being low intensity. I personally think that hot yoga should be taught in elementary schools because most other forms of exercise that are being taught, at least in the schools that I went to in America, were a waste of time. However, I will say that there is a fun element to rope flow that yoga just will never have. You can be listening to music, you can be in a group environment, but something about tossing a rope around will make you so happy, so much more than being able to do this. So if you can see, this is somewhat of a difficult position in yoga to do, but it is extremely beneficial for your body. However, there's a healing factor to yoga that the rope flow will never have. That is great for a veteran like me who has multiple injuries, torn labrum, hip impingement, I have screws on my left knee. What else? Well, I got a lot more injuries than that and I just can't think about it off the top of my head. But look, this thing right here technically doesn't really have to be cleaned that often. Your yoga mat, you're gonna wanna clean very often, okay? It's just, you don't want to get MRSA, okay? You can get that definitely from a yoga mat. Compared to the rope, I mean, I do wipe down my rope every 5 practices just with a rag and some organic cleaner that I have. But at the same time, the mat, if you're sweating a lot, you're going to want to wipe down every single practice or every other practice for sure. So with rope flow, you see here, it's just one long extension, but you have to think of it as a part of yourself. With yoga, you are by yourself. You can either be on a mat or be on the floor, be on the grass outside if you want. However, it is not an extension. The mat, the floor is not an extension of you. It is you becoming one with it. With the rope, this is another arm. This is another part of you. This is another part of what you can do. Now, I will say that for rope flow, obviously you're gonna have to have 2 arms. So, well, you can do one-handed rope flow, but it just wouldn't be as beneficial as 2 hands. So there is that factor. If you have any kind of disability or anything like that, obviously yoga will be the route to go. And there's always modifications for yoga. Now I will say that yoga, there's a group component to it too. If you're going to a yoga class, if you're practicing with people, with friends, family, so there's that. With the rope, you can practice with people, but it is almost an individualistic thing to do because you have to get good with the rope. You can be simple and do simple movements for years. However, it is you and the rope. People in yoga teachers, yoga instructors can come and help you get into certain positions or teach you about modifications so you don't have to go into the full expression of a position. That is really good because you get the full benefit of a position in yoga even if you do the modification compared to if you were to just do one-handed like overhand tosses with this rope. It's hitting a muscle group, but it's not hitting obviously the other side if you're just doing one-handed. So there's that. But I will say that yoga has helped me with my injuries far more than rope flow. This is giving my spinal engine back. This has helped me work the little muscles in my back and my spine compared more so than yoga. However, yoga is just the overall, specifically the hot yoga, Bikram style. That is the best thing for stretching. It is the best thing to open your body up, the best thing to cool your body down, the #1 full body exercise while also being the most time efficient thing to do. And you don't need any gym membership. You don't need anything like that. You can go on YouTube and search up hot yoga 1 hour, hour and a half, Bikram yoga. So all the videos are on YouTube. You don't have to go, even the fact that it's called hot yoga is kind of funny to me because the practitioners that I got my hot yoga certification from, they teach in hot classes, but a lot of them don't even practice in a hot room themselves just for their body to recover even faster, to practice even more. So if you're doing hot yoga often, you're gonna wanna take some days off, more so than if you're just doing regular yoga without the hot room. But that's mainly just to achieve more flexibility, just the hot temperature and stuff like that, ease into positions better, but it's truly not necessary. You can roll out of bed, right? Do yoga on your mat in your living room, wherever you're at, and then go about your day. Go shower, go about your day. And to me, that is way faster, way better. You get more from that than going to the gym, especially if you don't know how to lift any weights, if you don't know what you're doing at the gym. Yoga should be the hot yoga practice. And when I say yoga, I'm not talking about every single type of yoga. I'm talking about hot yoga, Bikram yoga, that practice right there. Go on YouTube, look that up. Trust me. If you haven't tried it before, do it. Also, this, all right, you guys can go get your own rope at Home Depot, get a nice old little cheap rope. But I will say, however, that is not what you want to do. You're going to want to go to Slush Ropes on Instagram and get a rope from them. They are a really great company based out of LA. So I just messaging the owner. I got 2 ropes coming from California to Bangkok, one for myself, one for Ben's. So that way we can start flowing together, making some more videos together about the rope flow, which I'm really excited to do. But to me, the best thing about the hot yoga Bikram practice is that with the rope flow, there is a learning curve, a steep learning curve to it. And with the yoga practice, the Bikram hot yoga practice, there is a learning curve to it for sure. But even if you just go into the easy positions, the easy modifications of certain positions, you're still getting the full benefit. You're still enabling your body to get stronger while stretching at the same time. So there's a much easier component to doing yoga, the Bikram practice, compared to doing rope flow for sure. So I would say an easier barrier for entry for yoga compared to rope flow. I will also say that if you want a good rope, you can get, honestly, now I think about it, this rope was about 110, 115 USD, and then I had to pay more with taxes and shipping and stuff like that. But honestly, you can find ropes and mats for like around the same price point, but for sure, you're never gonna be spending more than 300 USD on both a mat and ropes. Even though there are some for that price with heavy ropes, really high quality cork mats and stuff like that, especially if they're extra large. But in general, if you just wanna get started, you don't have to spend that much money. You can spend under $50 for both products. Now, I will say, if you're a beginner in yoga, you're gonna wanna actually pay attention to whoever your instructor is and whatnot. If they have background music, of course, that's cool. But if you're a beginner and you're just starting with rope flow, you can do simple movements while listening to music compared to having to actually have to pay attention. Now, like I said earlier, you can roll out of bed and do yoga right wherever you're at, from home, wherever you're living, whatever your situation is, right? But with rope flow, if you're like me and you live in a little cramped 1-bedroom apartment, then what you're gonna wanna do is go outside and practice, unless you have a big area that you live in. So that's one negative I would say to rope flow, is that I could literally just do within 1.5 meter space to 2 meters, I could do yoga right there. I barely need any room. Full body workout, better than going to the gym, more time efficient, heals me better, and it gives me a better recovery. And I actually look better from doing hot yoga compared to going to the gym and lifting weights. So it's always funny to me that I could just do yoga. It's more time efficient without a gym membership and look better. Like every time I do a hot yoga session, I get just my abs look way more jacked than before, which is better than any other ab workout I've ever done, for real. So it's just so strange that it's like a function of yoga. It really works out your core more than any other exercise I've honestly done. So I was just kind of going back and forth with rope and yoga, but honestly, they complement both each other. And I would go so far as to say that if you aren't an expert in fitness or anything like that, if you're just an intermediate person or someone who's a little bit older but just wants to get back into the groove of getting their health back, then honestly, rope flow and yoga, you can be good with that for your entire life. Low intensity workouts hits all your body parts, and you don't really have to think too much about it, because you can go on YouTube and find a trainer there. Find someone who is a professional yoga, like Gary Olson. My instructors, they trained under him, and that's how I got my certification. But I watched Gary Olson's YouTube videos. He's one of the best yoga instructors in America, and he puts a whole bunch of videos online for free on YouTube. Like what? Like this guy could totally charge for it, but he doesn't, out of the kindness of his heart. So check him out on YouTube. I love that guy. For rope flow, Nsima Inyang, Slush Ropes, just so many people that I just named the 3 people that I watch for what I like to do with my fitness. So once again, I just want to thank you guys. Please let me know if you pick up a rope or start hot yoga. All right. Take care, my friends. Stay healthy. Bye.